Merhaba sevgili oyundaşlar, YouTube amca kanalından herkese selamlar, sevgiler. Kanalıma hoş geldiniz sevgili dostlar. Bugün sizlerle beraber psikolojik korku dedektiflik oyunu olan SAİNT Kotar oyununu bir göz atacağız. İki dindar adam olan Benedek ve Nikolay'ın akrabalarının kaybolmasıyla kasabanın sırlarını ortaya çıkartmaya çalışacağız. Oyuna bilmiyorum. Dediğim gibi bakacağız. Nedir, ne değildir, nasıldır, hikayesi bizi saracak mı, sarmayacak mı? Ama şöyle bir incelediğimde, fragmanına baktığımda sanki hikayesiyle, oyunun oynanışıyla saracağını düşünüyorum. Umarım sizleri de hikayesini sarar ve beğenirsiniz. Hadi bakalım SAİNT Kotar'ın sırrı nedir, neler saklıyor bize, şehrin içindeki veya köyün içindeki, köy diyelim, SAİNT Kotar'ın içindeki sırları ortaya çıkartacak mı, neler olacak? Haydi bakalım, yeni oyun diyelim. Türkçe olması ayrı bir şey. Peder, lütfen gitme. Çok karanlık. Cadı burada saklanıyor olabilir. Yapma. Günah işlediysem özür dilerim. İstemeden oldu. Lütfen. Annemin odasında bundan onlarca var. Hepsinin üzerinde de içinde büyük korkunç göz olan üçgen. Karanlık. Hiçbir şey göremiyorum şu anda. Eski komodinimi annem attığını söylemişti. İçinde bir kibrit kutusu var. Aynen. Odayı bir... Neyi bekliyorsun? Onu oraya sen mi koydun? Neden böyle bir şey yaptın Joseph? Bunu ona kendi davranışları yaptı. Bütün gün iyiydi. Çelenkleri ve yemekleri hazırlarken bana yardım etti ve cenazede bir çocukla konuştu. Bu ne zaman oldu? Onu görmedim. Elbette sen yapmadın. Çünkü bu aileye bakan sen değilsin. Benim. Hepinizi aşağıya tıkmalıyım. Sizin hepinizin öğrenmesi gerek. O nerede? Kızımız nerede? Karakter kodlarını sofularla. Bir daha şey yapalım. Heh. Işığı yakalım, bir şeyler gül. O ne be?
Help, mother, help me! You silly, what are you doing? It's me.
Kim o be?
I'm sorry. I thought you were that witch.
Affedersin, seni özledim. Daha kaç kez söylemem gerek. Cadı diye bir şey yok ve burada sadece ikimiz varız.
It's just the two of us here.
Victoria, yani kız kardeşimiz.
You're wrong.
Yanlış, babam bize asla yalan söylemezdi.
About what now?
Şimdi ne var?
About the witch that cursed
Soyumuzun
our
lanetli cadı hakkında.
He's just trying to scare
Biz
us.
yanlış işler yapmayalım diye bizi hikayelerle korkutmaya çalışıyor sadece.
And today you did
Ve bugün de sen hata yaptın. O yüzden seni burada karanlığa kilitleyerek cezalandırdı.
What did I do?
Ben ne yaptım? Hala anlamadım.
You talked to that tall boy.
O uzun boylu oğlanla konuştun. Hatırlamıyor musun? Artık diğerlerinde konuşmaya iznimiz yok. Onlar kötü.
Evil. I thought that meant we must avoid it.
Bu yetişkinlerden uzak durmalıyız demek sanıyordum. O halde nasıl arkadaş edineceğim ben?
We have each other and God.
Annem birbirimize ve Tanrı'ya sahibiz demişti. Haklı. Başka kimseye ihtiyacımız olduğunu sanmıyorum. Neden buradasın? Gelip seni almadan önce babamın kendi kendine konuştuğunu duydum. O yüzden buraya kaçıp saklandım. Ama neden? Bundan önce sana çok kızacak biliyorsun. Çünkü bir daha karanlıkta tek başıma kalmana izin vermeyeceğime söz vermiştim. Ve ben bir söz verdiğim zaman sözünden asla dönmezsin bilirim. Burada olmana sevindim. Teyzemizin bembeyaz yüzünü unutamıyorum. Ben de. Çok farklı görünüyordu. Kafası şişmişti ve beyazı solmuştu. Gözleri ve saçları ise çok siyahtı. Ona bunun lanet yaptı. Saçmalama. O artık huzuru buldu. Önemli olan tek şey de bu. Yani ölmüştü teyzeleri. Umarım öyledir. Aha. Teyzen eskiden çok güzel, hayat dolu bir kadındı. Tanrı'nın harika bir eseri. Ama onun inancı pazar sabahı ayininden fazlası değildi. Cadının laneti ise masaldan başka şey değil. Kötülük her yerde sevgili çocuklarım. Bu dünyanın gölgelerinde gizleniyor. Hayvanların kılığına bürünüyor ve insanları ele geçiriyor. Kız kardeşin sana örnek olsun. Senin aksine o Tanrı'ya ve bu aileye değer veriyor. Oğlanla konuşmaya gitmesi benim suçum. Onu duymazlıktan geldim. Çünkü tabutun içine bakıyordu ve zaman nasıl geçti anlamadım. Tanrı'yla bir başına kalmayı öğrenmelisin. Öğrenmelisiniz. Hepiniz gerçek inanç neymiş öğrenmelisiniz. Ne oluyor? Yalvarırım yakma canımı artık. Sadece bir rüyaydı. O gün hep düşünürüm ama rüyalarımda hiç bu kadar gerçekçi olarak görmemiştim. Neden şimdi? Neden burada oldu? Ben gözlüğüme ihtiyacım var. Gözlüğüm olmadan düşünemem bile.
Nothing here except a thick layer of dust. The fabric is full of
Kumaş gibi dolu ama gözlüğümün içine bir şey var. Yerde olabilir mi?
Here they are.
İşte buradalar. Yere düşmüşler ama hala sağlamlar. Rüyamı düşünüyorum da uykuya daldığımı hatırlamıyorum. İçeri geldik. İçeri girdik. Victoria ve Nikolay kale için hazırlanmaya yukarı çıktılar ve sonra hiç bayılmış olmalıyım. Hemen Victoria ile konuşmalıyım. Asırlardır kullanılmış kapkara soğuk bir şömine. Kutsal su maşrapası. Bir vaftiz çanağına oluyor bu yani. Liselerin girişindeki gibi. Küfür bu. Kutsal su değil bu. Orası kesin. Tuhaf bir kokusu var. İğrenç görünüyor. Uzak duruyorum. Bu iğrenç bir şey.
It's locked. Victoria or Nikolay must have found the key and locked it while I was asleep.
Lamba.
I checked it last night. It's useless. There's not enough oil inside. This woman eerily reminds me
Kadın
of
tuhaf bir şekilde bana Victoria'nın gençliğini anımsatıyor.
This woman eerily reminds me of Victoria in her younger days.
Görme şansımız yok herhalde. Yukarı çıkalım bakalım.
All I see here is a
Burada tek gördüğüm bir portmanto. Ağaç resmi.
It's a giant tree with
Dallarından
dozens of
cesetle
corpses
sarkan
hanging
bir
from its
ağaç. Kafa
branches.
kasları ağaçın köklerini
Its
besliyor.
roots. A yellow blanket.
Yatağın sadece bir kenarında kırışmış sarı bir battaniye.
Please, don't. I tried opening, but the light was just too strong for my eyes.
Şu kitaplara bir bakalım.
Codex Neva, Heart of Pagovice, and Dino Tomilic. I've never heard of these works.
Değişik isimleri olan bir şey. Ne der ona? Kitaplar. Nikolay'la bir konuşalım bakalım. Ne diyecek Nikolay bize?
Nikolay?
Yes, Benedek?
Victoria nerede?
Where's Victoria?
I don't know.
Bilmiyorum diyor.
Do you have the key to the
Evin
house?
anahtarı sende mi? Kapılar kilitli gibi.
I don't know where the key is.
Anahtarı nerede bilmiyorum.
Do you have the slightest idea why
Victoria bu korkunç evi neden kiralamış biliyor
I don't
musun?
even know how she found it.
Looks like the owner is some kind of artist, or is at least convinced to be. Very morbid taste. Strange figures.
I agree. I've never seen so many masks in my life, especially not placed on the walls.
That's a strange painting.
It is. Take a better look at it and tell me what you see.
Why?
Please, do as I say. I'll get to the point.
Bu ne be?
It's not a mere shadow. It's a symbol of darkness, of evilness devouring this lost man. Mean eyes at the edge of a wicked soul. A snake-like mouth implies man cannot be trusted, at the very least.
Yılanın ağzına benzeyen bir şey. Gözleri karanlık, değişik bir.
I've taken a closer look at the painting.
Recognize this man?
I've never seen him before.
And nothing happened to you by looking at him.
Why would anything happen to me?
Last night, after your sister,
Geçen gece kız kardeşini ben yukarı çıktıktan sonra kale için hazırlanıyordu. Ben de hemen yanındaydım
I
ve
was standing right here, and I wonder, yesterday when we boarded the train, was anyone else in our cabin?
Just the three of us.
But once the train left Budapest, wasn't there a man who came in?
By placing the sign, "Do not disturb" on our doorknob, I made sure this wouldn't happen. The only time that door opened was when the conductor peered in to tell us we have arrived at our destination. You haven't answered. Why would anything happen to me? What's wrong with
yani ortalıkta ne var?
Please, just follow me as I go over yesterday's events. I'll get to the point. And when we left the train station, no one was following us? Didn't Victoria notice it?
Notice whom? Your dear wife was over the moon to have finally arrived at Sveti Kotar. She couldn't stop talking about the place, but said nothing about anyone following us.
Right. And on our way to the house, we stopped at the square. There was a strange ritual taking place with a gigantic effigy. What was it like?
And what about the mass of hooded people that gathered there? It was a dreadful scene.
I remember the goosebumps when hearing the crowd pray as one voice, though.
Let me tell you what happened after that. We found the path which led us to this house.
Bir patika bulduk ve bizi bu eve çıkardı. Victoria kapıyı çaldığından oldu. Kapının aslında aralık olduğunu fark ettik. İlginç.
Here, Just silence. Dead awful silence. It gave me chills.
Kapı aralıkta. İlginç bir şey.
Once we entered the house, what did you and your wife do?
I said it before. We went upstairs to prepare for the castle exhibition.
Leaving me to wander alone downstairs in complete darkness. You found nothing odd about the house being empty and
Yani kilit açık olması biraz ilginç.
There's nothing to worry about. So I just followed her.
Bu da ilginç.
We never went to the castle.
You don't remember?
The last thing I remember is searching for a light. And then nothing.
What do you mean?
I mean, everything after was only a dream. But I don't even remember going to sleep. Victoria dragged me into this town to make me attend that higgling exhibition in the castle. We never went there, did we? Which means I left the monastery only to spend a horrible night in this house.
We both fell into an inexplicable void. Something is terrible.
Aynen, burada kesinlikle bir dehşet verici bir şey var. Ama ne? Dün gece ne olduğunu anlatsana bana. Bu tabloda yanlış olan ne? Victoria nerede?
What's wrong with this painting? And where's Victoria?
I'm afraid I don't have the answers. What happened is that while I was waiting for her to get ready, my attention was drawn by this painting. Next moment, I was seeing myself relive yesterday's events, with one difference. The man in the painting was there the whole time.
The whole time?
He was in our cabin, and he was that gigantic effigy the inhabitants set on fire. Shortly afterwards, he emerged from the crowd in human form again, unchanged, and then led us towards the house. Once we got here, he jumped on my back and asked me to carry him upstairs. I was happy. I felt like a father carrying his own child.
Carrying this being on your back must have some weird symbolic meaning.
He was holding so tightly that I could feel his long, sharp fingernails penetrate my throat. After we finally got upstairs, I was so upset and in pain that I had to throw him off. I quickly turned around to reprimand him and instead saw a human-sized crow with no eyes and
Karga mı?
a blood-stained beak. It croaked at me and then soared inside the painting. I wanted to run off, but couldn't. I was in shock, too terrified. That was the moment I woke on the bed, fully dressed and disoriented. Victoria wasn't here.
Why did you ask me all those strange questions about yesterday?
I had to separate the dream from the real, as the dream was startlingly real.
Startlingly real, just like my own dream.
Aynen, bizi rüzgar gördük. Acayip.
We should leave this accursed house at once.
After I woke, I noticed Victoria didn't even sleep on this bed. So I went downstairs to check if she was there, perhaps. I found only you, still asleep on the couch, and the door locked. That's when I started to think.
We have to force our way out of here because we don't have the key.
We are guests in this house, and needless to say, men of God. We must leave without doing any damage. I've already searched this floor for a key, and tried to open the balcony door, but it's locked or stuck in some way.
What about the windows?
Strangely enough, or maybe for a good reason, they are made in a way that prevents them from being opened. Stay here. Give it a second look. Whatever you can find that could help us. I'm going downstairs to check. Force should be our last resort to leave. Or maybe we get lucky and Victoria comes back in the meantime.
Let's hurry up then.
İlginç. Victoria nerede? Kasabada neler oluyor?
Just don't look at the man in the painting again. We don't want to risk anything.
I need light.
Kapıyı bir aç.
I'm pretty sure it's not locked, but rather just stuck. Not sure what's the cause, because both sides of the door are heavily grimed from the outside. It looks like mud. It has a sickly odor. How did it end up on a balcony? If I could push it back with a stick or something similar, I might be able to open the door. A yellow blanket, wrinkled only on one side of the bed. A giant bowl made out of clay, filled with what seems to be some type of oil.
Askılık.
Forgive me, God, but I must take this. I think it'll fit perfectly under the balcony door. I struggle to find a reason to do that.
Niye bir dakika yapsana?
I was right. It fits perfectly underneath. Looks like there's mud on the outside. That should be enough to open the door.
Aç bakalım şimdi kapıyı.
Nikolay, come upstairs quickly. You must see this.
Just a moment. Have to finish here first. I didn't notice this painting in the dark last night. I don't like the look of this woman. It's driving me mad. I don't need that. My eyes fare better in the dark.
Gözlerim karanlıkta daha iyi görüyor.
It's locked.
Şömineye bir bak. Şöminede bir şey var mı?
A cold breeze is caressing my face. It's soothing. I could stay here forever. Strange piece of art, I must say.
Şu kutsal su maşrapasına bakalım. Adam baktığında bak. Diğer adam baktığında farklıydı.
It doesn't look inviting, but I think I see something in there. I should go check on Benedek upstairs now.
Come closer. Take a look at this.
Gelelim bakalım ne göreceğiz.
It's my turn to demand something from you now. Take a good look at the balcony. Then we can talk.
Oh, God! What is this? It looks like a mixture of earth, blood, and
Flesh.
Evet.
all crows look exactly the same to me. But this one seems to be missing its eyes.
Indeed. Just like the one in your...
Aynen rüyasında gördüğü gibi karga gördüğünü söylemişti.
A rotten wooden stick. I don't need it. Have you noticed these marks on the door? They were unnoticeable with the door closed.
I don't think these are just random marks. It's a symbol. And it looks like it was made by sharp
Aynen.
fingernails. You understand now why I wanted to leave the moment I saw this house?
Calm down, Benedek.
I am calm, but we both don't remember what happened here, and we both had horrible dreams. And now this. Can you still smell that sickly odor? Don't you see the connection with your dream?
Maybe I opened the door last night and saw the crow's head. It could be the reason why I had that dream.
Doubtful. Something else is at work here. Crow looks
Aynen.
like he's been recently decapitated, and the mud is still wet. Don't you wonder who did this? And why?
I can't think clearly in here. I found a key inside the stoop.
The key to the entrance door? Inside the stoop?
I believe so. Haven't tried it yet.
At least I won't have to walk over the devilry on the balcony, and risk an injury by jumping below.
You think Victoria could be responsible?
If it wasn't you, or even me, who else could have done it? The man from the painting?
I knew it. Come on. You really think she's capable of such a thing? What's the matter with you?
She may be my sister, but I don't know her anymore. I do know she's playing with things she doesn't understand.
Anlamadığı şeyler.
Things no one should understand. The symbol, the decapitated head, blood and flesh.
You mean with occultism?
Witchcraft, I believe. She's playing the role of a witch to play with me, unaware of the consequences that will inevitably come.
My wife is not a saint, but to think she's practicing demonic things is insane.
He.
You think she made us forget last night and influenced our dreams?
No, but she's the one who picked this house. Not you, and certainly not me. That was a deliberate choice with a plan.
And what would that plan be?
I think the castle exhibition was just a lure. Her real intention was to drag me into this town to play with my beliefs and fears.
You really don't know her anymore. What happened between the two of you? She doesn't want to tell me.
She became the same person our aunt was. Godless and incredulous about our father's words. Hopefully he's at a place where he found peace, unaware of my sister's thoughts and acts.
Teyzenin bununla ne ilişkisi var yani neden?
The key I found upstairs is probably the key of the main door.
You already revealed your suspicion about the key. Why are you mentioning it again?
If the key is here, where is Victoria?
I don't know and I don't care. She could have locked the door from the inside, left the key, and then jumped from the balcony.
That's my point. It doesn't make any sense. Why would she do that?
I think she found a second key, because no footprints are visible in the mud outside. She didn't jump from the balcony.
Something else must have happened. Let's go outside and make a plan to find Victoria. Our minds are being suffocated in here.
No, I've had enough of talking, and I don't intend to search for her. I'm leaving this town at once.
You can't just leave. She's your sister, for God's sake.
Yani
She stopped being that a long time ago. Just look around and think about everything we discussed today.
I'll say it again. Something else must have happened. There must be a logical explanation to all of this.
aynen bence mantıklı bir açıklama olmalı, bir şey olmalı. Hani bir ipucu olmalı.
Why did you even agree to come here?
Obviously, I wanted to see and feel what it looks like in hell.
I'm not in the mood for joking. Why? She mentioned she had to talk to your superior in the monastery.
And what else could she do? After I declined, the only way to have it her way was to persuade Father Imre. He must have given her his blessings only because of the assignment he had for me. Talk to the local priest about the town. See, there's nothing in the official Vatican archives about Sveti Kotar. And after coming here, I think I know why. Can we go downstairs now? I have a train to catch. I need to find that priest before then.
I'll accompany you, my brother. It's a small town. We should be able to find Victoria along our way.
Evden çıkmanın bir yolunu bul, tamamlandı. Evden çıkmanın bir yolunu bulacağız. Buradan çıkalım bu evden. Bu evde bir şeyler var. Sırlar var. Her taraf maskelerle dolu. Değişik bir ev.
It's locked. Before we step outside, you have to promise that once we find your sister, you'll talk to her. There must be no arguments or secrets in this family.
Why do I have a feeling you are not leaving with me?
Can't you? Can't you reevaluate your decision?
I'm leaving, Nikolay.
We never planned to leave the next day. Didn't she tell you? This house was rented for 3 nights.
She did not. So much about having no secrets between us. Please, leave me alone.
Çıkalım bir an önce şu evden. Ne var bu evde?
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day, sir.
My name is Martin Mosto. I am a detective in the service of the town of Sveti Kotar.
Adamın kafası yarısı gitmiş.
How can we help?
Is there anyone else inside the house?
No one. It's just me and him. Why?
Where's the woman?
The house is empty. What's going on?
We came here looking for a woman, only to find 2 scared men.
And who's the man in your company?
Dr. Eric Hatur.
Doctor? Mr. Hatur, is somebody hurt?
Dr. Hatur is the warden of the asylum. He helps the local police force with his knowledge of the mine.
Not a man of words, Dr. Hatur.
He prefers to keep quiet, just like your friend here.
Are you looking for the owner of the house? Because we don't know where she is.
And the key of the house to Mr. Hatur.
Why?
Just do as I say.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
I heard nothing.
Are we free to go now, Martin?
No, you both have to follow me.
Neden?
Yes, I'd like to know as well. Why do we have to follow you?
Orders from above.
How can we trust you to be what you say you are?
What's with the face? You never seen a photo of a man with an intact head? It was taken before the incident.
Kafasının yarısı yoktu ya.
Where are you taking us?
Down to the police station where everything will be explained to you.
What prevents you from discussing the matter right here and now?
I'm not in the position to do that. There's a hierarchy I have to respect.
Who is the woman that you see?
The woman's name. The woman's name is,
Victoria.
What for? Why do you need her?
Sir, everything will be explained to you in the station. If you don't mind, please follow me.
Whatever harrowed you through last night, it'll be nothing compared to what will happen if you do not obey.
İlginç bir şey. Doktor Hatur. Benedek ne diyorsun? Söyleneni yap. Ben kimseye itaat etmem. Hatur'u it. Şimdi burada ne yapacağız? Karar vermemiz lazım. Şimdi böyle bir durumda ne yapardık? Yani sen olsan ne yapardın? Karşı mı çıksam, söyleneni mi yapsam? İtaatkar mı davransak, yoksa itaat etmesek mi? Adam bir şeyler söylüyordu. Sanki bir şeyleri saklayan bir sırrı var. Bence biraz itaat etme.
I obey no one. Where's my wife? What happened to her? You know something about last night, don't you?
Don't know!
Enough!
Calm down.
I'm calm.
You shattered my walking stick. I'll make sure you don't forget your stay in Sveti Kotar. Welcome. Take them away.
Yes, Mr. Ward.
Müdür bey mi? Tehdit eden bir tavır var.
Let me out! It's pointless to try. The detective just closed and locked the door. I guess one could get lost by looking at this mirror for too long. It's so dark that I can't see my own reflection. Why am I being held here like some kind of sinner? Can someone tell me what this is about? Anyone on the other side? I have a train to catch. I think I heard someone. I did nothing wrong, and you have no authority over me. Let me go!
They saw their belongings inside the box. Pushing back into the wall once you're done. Don't try to deceive us. We'll know. Do not test our faith in you, and do not try to obscure. Do not test our faith in you, and do not try to obscure things from us. Give us everything you have.
I'm not giving my Bible to anyone, even at the cost of being tortured and executed.
Do not test our faith in you, and do not try to obscure things from us. Give us everything you have.
Pasaportu da koy bari. Biraz kurallara uymak zorundayız.
But at the end of the process, you'll be searched thoroughly. Decisions have consequences in this town, little priest. Now, please step into the light so we can begin. You seem to obey orders, unlike your brother in the other room.
He's just a brother-in-law.
So, Benedek, what a strange surname. Donani.
Dochnani.
Whom do you serve, Benedek Donani?
I serve only God.
We all do. But you serve him in a different way, don't you, little priest?
I'm a monk among the ranks of the Pauline order.
Ah, monkhood, a way of life simultaneously to God. Many believers say it's the only way to be near our Maker. Or can you tell me about that brother of yours, Nikolay, Kali, Kin?
What time is it, officer?
Time is not relevant in this moment of your life.
I'm under the jurisdiction of the Vatican. You have to let me go.
The church can do nothing for you here. You, like everyone else in this town, answer to me, your patron saint only.
He is a deacon.
That's not what he said to us. Are you trying to lie to me? How could he serve God if he's married to your sister?
He abandoned the path to priesthood to marry her. Deacons are allowed to serve in both houses.
After such a horrible past, God had to make it up to him.
What do you mean?
His orphanage days. The mass grave they found at the orphanage.
What?
You must have heard about the witch nun from Minsk.
Vaguely. I was very young back then.
Your brother was there. You saw all those decaying child corpses in the backyard. It's horrible just thinking about it.
I know nothing about him in his past.
I think you're just trying to protect him. It's useless. We'll find out everything once eventually.
It's the truth. I barely spoke a word to the man before coming here.
What an interesting family. Now, what brings the three of you to our little town? It
It's a long journey from Budapest.
We were invited to attend the exhibition at the castle.
And who invited you?
Nobody invited me. It was my sister who was invited and who made me come along.
You're lying to me. No strangers allowed to get into the castle. Invitations don't exist. Tell me the real reason.
I was dragged here by my sister. What does it matter after all? We never made it there.
Continue obscuring the truth, and you end up dragging to Akizan for eternity. Nikolay is already doomed. He's a liar and a tyrant. If it wasn't for Moscow, God knows what he could have done to the warden. But you, I feel you're different. You're not like him. We know your sister was at the castle last night. She was seen by witnesses. Tell me everything I need to.
Victoria Kalede miymiş?
Victoria at the castle? How is that possible? You said strangers are not welcome. Has anyone seen me or Nikolay there? I have to confess that something happened in the house we spent the night in. I don't know what exactly, but it was Victoria. She did this to me. Officer, can you hear me? Officer?
Kapıyı aç bir.
Let me out! Finally! Am I free to leave now?
You both have to come with me. Again.
Why? Oh, where?
Beyond the wall of crosses. At last, the grandiose Church of Mary. After so many centuries, still here, still holding up against...
What are we doing here?
I'm not at liberty to talk about anything. Now walk. The chief is expecting you.
All entrapped within heavy iron cages. Do you have any idea why we are here?
No, but I know what this place is. I overheard two officers talking at the station.
I heard the detective say this is the Church of Mary.
The officers referred to it as the Heart of Darkness. Said they've never been here until...
Karanlığın kalbi.
Judging by the
İlginç.
architecture, I see the church was built in medieval times. I was told Victoria was seen at the castle last night.
They told me the same, and I don't know what to think. Let's not talk about it here.
Ever heard of the witch nun from Minsk?
I see. So they told you about my orphanage days.
Victoria knows you were an orphan?
Please. I don't want to talk about it.
Niye? Konuşmak istemiyorsun. Gizli bir şeyler var o zaman. Saklalı bir şeyler var.
Did they ask you anything about the house?
No, but I suspect they will. The warden is here, inside the churchyard.
I can't believe this is happening to me. Never mind. Someone's in the driver's seat. He looks tense, wildly moving his hands and head as if threatened. Never mind.
Noran kim ya? Bu Noran kim?
We made it back from the wall of crosses. Through tall trees, unmarked paths, and unnatural, dreadful silence. Into the heart of darkness where he invited us to meet.
Yani seni biz mi davet ettik?
You have, with your deeds.
Eylemlerini ne yaptın diyor.
I don't understand. What is this place? Why are we here?
This church was built with one purpose only, to repel evil from the Carcassa forest. It failed miserably and was absorbed by darkness instead.
Chief, we'd appreciate it if you could tell us what's going on.
Words are unnecessary, light always reveals. Lights on, officer! Now, take a good look.
Neye bakacağız?
Look at the building.
Çan kulesine bak. Ha, kan var burada.
God!
O ne? Anam, adam asılı deşmişler adamı resmen.
What? Tell us, why are we here?
Lights off! I'm Commerzo, the beloved mayor of Sveti Kotar, hanging out there all alone with a dreaded yellow mask. Underneath the mask, he has nothing left. His face ripped off. His eyes gone.
Ne? Yüzü soyulmuş, gözler oyulmuş ve yenmiş. Uy.
Parts of his brain.
Beyninin bir kısmı yenmiş.
All while still alive.
Neydi? Kuzuların sessizliğinde de o şey vardı, bir tane korkunç bir adam vardı.
His chest.
Öyle adam yaşarken kafatasını açıp beyninden bir parça alıp kızartıp yemişti. Yani
His
bunun şeyi
body is
nereden...
still up there. How could you possibly know all these things?
We don't have to pull him down to know what happened. We've seen this too many times in our lives.
Yani bu tür cinayetler çok işlenmiş, anladım. Bu ay ortakları kim?
Ghouls. Is their name?
Sabanlı. Ay şeytanların hizmetkarları.
Some people believe that they're humans, but rather evil entities that take human form. We don't know who they are. They're hiding in the shadows, impossible to find.
This is a horrific crime scene. We shouldn't be here.
Is this the way you welcome strangers in your town?
We know the mayor was murdered by Nedmin, a man who decided to worship the moon deities. The past teaches us we are unable to see the true soul of other people, no matter how close they are to us.
So you interrogate strangers and tell them of the existence of malicious beings, and in the end you show them their prey?
Nedmin didn't feast on the mayor's corpse alone. There was someone else who joined the ritual.
Yani Nermin adı bizim için şey ifade etmiyor.
We're here for the first time in our lives, Chief. What do you want from us?
Lies. All lies. Where's Victoria? Or should I call her Petra instead?
What do you mean?
We know she used the name Petra when introducing herself around town.
Our mother's name.
Aa, Petra adı annesinin adıymış.
We need you to tell.
Yani bilmiyoruz, biz uyandığımız evde değildi. Nereye gittiğinden haberimiz yok.
It was our plan to go looking for her, but then your men intercepted us.
And you welcomed them by pushing the warden to the ground.
We don't know where she is.
Evet, nerede olduğunu bilmiyoruz yani.
Why do you think she's hiding?
Do not try to make a fool of me. She was seen pushing a man from the castle roof last night. And when we found his severed head, he wore a yellow mask. We know she helped Benedek. Her scratch pad was found up in the belfry amongst pieces of human flesh. If you want us to search for her, fine. Once we find her, she'll face the same fate as Nedmin. They'll beg us to end their lives.
Ne bu Nermin?
Why would she help Nedmin? A complete stranger to her.
The Sapora's cult needed a witch among them. Morbidity and the occult fascinate her. She's your sister. You should know that.
This is insane. My wife would never do harm to
Yani.
anyone.
Yamyamlık.
Cult.
Who was the man she allegedly pushed from the roof?
We're still trying to fish his body parts from the chasm below the castle. Whoever he was, he's just one piece of the puzzle.
How can you be so sure?
Yani elinde kanıt, herhangi bir kanıt var mı?
Woods, not so far from here.
Coat? How do you know it's hers?
A coat, badly damaged, with blood stains. Her wallet and personal ID were inside. But we also found something else next to it. An eviscerated fetus.
Ne? Bebek mi? Fetüs dediği bebek.
My sister was pregnant?
She still is. Don't you understand what they're trying to do here?
Victoria sacrificed her unborn child to the moon demons.
No. This is not possible. She would never.
We know she's hiding somewhere, and we know you're lying, which makes you her and Nedim's accomplices. She even tried to make us believe she killed herself after the murders.
Yardakçı yaptı çıktı bizi ya.
Accomplice? I fell asleep the moment we entered that
Aynen
house.
öyle. Uyuyakalmışız
I
yani.
am a man of God. How dare you put such sin on my soul?
I've seen many people say or think they're godly men. That means nothing. Faith is more than mere words.
Why do you think she tried to take
Peki neden kendini öldü göstermeye çalıştı sence?
Suicide, no. Many have taken their own lives in this forest. She thought she could trick us with a message of repentance. Pathetic. You clearly don't have any intention to help us, but we might have means to change your mind.
Chief, do you really think we would be lying? Is my wife really capable of committing such atrocities?
Look around. Can you smell death? Can you sense wickedness? Of course I believe that. This
Evet, gerçekten burası lanetli bir yer, yani lanet bir yer. Aa, ne ilginç, ben de sana güvenmiyorum. Bize güvenmiyormuş. Gerizekalı.
You know how this works. Follow me.
Why have we stopped, Detective?
Someone needs to help you out. I'm letting you go.
Yani öyle birden bize neden yardım etmek istedin?
Want to help us? Why?
Your sister came here to join a madman? She chose this town to fulfill her occult desires? And you're helping her to hide. That's insane. Maybe she got kidnapped by Nermin and... I don't know. You must find her as quickly as possible.
Chief Norton will be furious with you.
I never lied to him. Or at least it's what he thinks. He won't question my decision to let you leave. But you have to give me your word you won't leave town. We have your passports, but one can always find a way out if he wants to.
We promise.
I wouldn't question a word from two priests.
I promise.
Start your search with the word.
Doktor Hatur.
Dr. Couture?
I was with him last night before the incident at the castle. He was already looking for Victoria.
Before the incident? Are you sure?
My head injury sometimes makes me have memory lapses, but you don't have to question my intelligence.
I'm sorry, but I knew it. The moment I saw that man, I knew there was something creepy about him.
I don't know how, but he might be somehow connected with the disappearance.
Could he be found at a mental hospital?
Oh no, you can't possibly get to the Madoff Asylum. It's off limits for non-staff or non-inmates. The doctor resides at the only lodge in this town, the Goldine Lodge. That's where you should go first.
Where's this lodge located?
From here, go down towards the lake. Once you reach the shore, go left. You can't miss it.
Why did he stay at the house while we were being interrogated?
He wanted to make sure Victoria wasn't there. But to tell you the truth, I think he had other reasons.
Şu Hatur denilen adamda bir şey var. Gıcıklık bir olay var yani.
What time is it?
I don't know, but it's getting late and you should act immediately.
The train is about to leave soon. Could you give me my belongings back?
That I cannot do. I'm sorry.
We have to go now.
A few words of advice before we part ways. There is a reason why this town looks desolate, even in broad daylight. Don't get yourself fooled by the lights you see here. This soil is cursed. The air tainted with wicked.
Gördüğünüz ışıklara aldanmayın. Toprak lanetli ve hava sıkıntılı.
Be wary while wandering around. Under no circumstances you should go into the forest or onto the mountain. They are forbidden. Stick to the town. The moon ghouls are impossible to find, except for when it's too late for oneself. God bless you all. I hope you find salvation
İnşallah.
from the horror of
We have to split, Benedek. I'm going to the lodge. You should go back to the house in case Victoria comes back.
I don't know my sister anymore. She became a person I've dreaded my whole life. She's a devil worshiper, a murderer, a person acting against God. Who is she? How could she change so much?
Since when do you trust other people? They are lying, Benedek. Victoria is innocent.
Did she drag me here to sacrifice me? Like she did with her unborn child?
Hey, she did not do that. Our
Ya ben de ona inanmak istiyorum. Öyle bir insan çocuğunu öldürebilir mi?
Stephen's life. Before this journey, when was the last time you saw her?
A couple of years ago, I guess.
I see and talk to her every waking hour since we married. People don't change that much. She's a good person.
They don't change. They just strip the facade and show their true self.
Güzel. Doğru. Bazı insanlar değişmiyor ama maskenin ardındaki gerçek yüzünü gösteriyorlar.
If they are lying, how do you explain her scratch pad in the belfry?
I don't know.
Ya adam onu söyledi ama hani bir defter olduğuna dair bir kanıtımız var mı?
And what about her coat? Or the fact that she used my mother's name to introduce herself?
We should ask if this is true. The only person she spoke to after arriving here is the lady from the souvenir shop over there.
Don't forget, she was seen pushing a man from the castle's roof by multiple witnesses.
Maybe she was assaulted. We don't know who that man is, and what really happened last night. If we don't succeed in finding her soon, going to the castle is something we should consider. And this is partly on us. We weren't so weak. We wouldn't have been drowned into a nightmare cycle of dreams. Just look around you. It's already night, for God's sake.
I've noticed.
Yani.
It means we slept more than half a day.
Even when dead tired, one can never sleep that much. It's unnatural. The house definitely did this. Because we were weak.
It's my fault? It was her idea to make me come here, and she picked that damned house. How do you explain the balcony horror?
Ya, evet.
You're right. Sorry. I don't know how to explain many things. I'm just trying to find a meaning in all this madness.
Yani.
We should move, brother. She might already be back at the house. We're in danger at the hands of that warden.
No. I'm leaving.
You what?
I don't care about Victoria and what she got into. God will be her judge.
God will condemn you for leaving your sister to die here. Open your eyes! She's the only real family you have.
My family died the day my father left us.
If you leave, you will pursue your own selfish desires, not his will and words. She was accused wrongly. You need to stay here and help me find her in the name of faith.
You think she
Yani
might be back?
kalalım bakalım.
Could be. It's the only place where she knows we might be. Are you going to help me?
I'm going to the house, and if she's there, I'm leaving at once.
You both wait on me, but stay out of the house and hide somewhere outside. The warden or the police might come back. I have the warden's walking stick, or at least what's left of it.
How did you get it?
After falling on the ground, amongst all the chaos, he seemed very protective of it. Maybe now I have leverage over him. I'm going to the lodge. Be careful.
Evet sevgili dostlar. Bir sonraki bölümde bakalım neler olacak. SAİNT Kotar kasabasında bizi bekleyen sırlar neler? Kardeşimizi bulabilecek miyiz? Kasabanın ardındaki sırları çözebilecek miyiz? Bize ne gibi sırlarını açacak, neler olacak? Hepsi ve daha fazlası bir sonraki bölümde. Umarım videoyu beğenmişsinizdir. Her zaman olduğu gibi her şey gönlünüzce olsun diyorum. Kapanış sözümüz neydi? Oyunsuz kalmayın. YouTube Amca kanalında kalın. Sizleri çok seviyorum. Hoşça kalın sevgili dostlar.